Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and a lot of Minecraft veterans will argue that you don't need to mine for diamonds anymore because ever since the village update, you can just trade for any of these diamond tools or these diamond armors with a villager an infinite number of times, and on top of that, it even comes pre-enchanted. However, what these people are forgetting is that you do still need the physical diamond mineral to craft these three things: the jukebox, the block of diamonds, and the enchantment table. And let's say, like me, you need 50 enchantment tables. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I want 50 enchantment tables. How do I get my hands on 100 diamonds as quick as I physically can? That's what I wanted to answer in today's video, because there are legit valid reasons to mine for diamonds, including the very start of the game, and it is a lot easier to do so in 1.18 if you know what you're doing, and so let's explain exactly how that works today. But first, let's just give you the cheat sheet, because hey, pro tip, did you know the ore generations have been updated for 1.18? This is an actual map generated from the code in the game. If you want the cheat sheet, this is how you find most ores the easiest, and it's what we're going to be using as our guideline today. And if this were times past in Minecraft, maybe the best thing to do would be to go down to that layer and just do some branch mining. However, different updates have different measures, and this update in particular has updated caves in such a huge way that it makes it a really important thing that you know exactly what to do and when. And so let's go mine some diamonds and show you how quickly we can get our hands on 100, because I'm going to put these 8 away. I'm going to use 100 fresh diamonds for this, just to show how nutty it really is. And by the way, if you're doing this on an old world like me, this is of course my Let's Play world, welcome by the way, just make sure that you find new terrain to do this stuff in, because all of your old terrain will still have diamonds in the old places, whereas the new terrain will have diamonds in the new places, as logical as that might seem. It's honestly not that difficult to tell the old terrain apart from the new, but again, it's still something worth checking up on. And so yeah, what do I recommend if you want to start mining? Unlike previous times where it's like dig straight down and like make the stuff happen, the new best way to mine is to find one of these cave entrances. If you can fly around, it'll take you less than a minute. If you have to walk around or horse around, you'll still spend just a few minutes looking for one of these, and they're really great because they will often give you access to more caves, which can just take you all the way down to where you want to go. Caves generally do have this tendency to head downwards and downwards, so find a cave and then try and go downwards in the Y direction as fast as you can. Maybe making note of the way you came in. I'm going to place some torches so I don't get lost, and yeah, you'll notice we end up in a dripstone cave. How nice. Okay, so the lowest I could get this cave to take me down was just to 37 blocks. And so at this point you have two choices. Either you start digging down and you kind of hope for another cave, or you can just go up and look for another one. I really do recommend like using a decent base cave for all of your stuff, partially because they look really cool and it's partly fun, but also because this is one of the best ways to find diamonds, as I'll point out later. And so when your first cave doesn't succeed, you can just try again. And that's exactly what we'll do. There's one over there that looks promising. I bet there's one in that jungle somewhere. And there's one over here too. You should be able to find a ton of cave entrances. And so go into one until you find one that takes you below Y0 or so. Okay, this is actually one of the weirdest caves I've ever seen. I'm guessing this is the top, like, section of a giant pillar of dripstone. That's my guess, and I'm correct. The dripstone pillar is a bit big for this cave, but either way, it's leading me in, and that's what matters, and it's leading me down, which is much more important. Look how much easier it is to do this than it is to find your whole own fresh new cave. It's wonderful. I'm now below Y0, and there's no sign of me stopping here because I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper. And here's the great thing about, oh, and there we go. We found diamonds already. That is literally, I swear, every time I go into a cave and I find diamonds this quickly, I believe to myself, there's no way anyone's going to believe this. But no, it is that easy to find diamonds. Once you go below Y0, you increase your odds of finding diamonds over and over and over again until this happens. And so we're going to make this lava just a little bit safer. I never like to remove lava altogether because it is a wonderful light source. Now we're going to jump over it and we're going to grab this hopefully more than one diamond. So the one downside of finding diamonds by just going through caves naturally like this is because they have reduced exposure when they generate with air, being one of their blocks. It's harder to find them than it would be on a per like block basis, and also because if there's air generating there instead, it will remove some of those diamonds that would have generated, and so it's the only way you can find single diamonds, which is so sad. Like, only one diamond ore? For real, I need 99 more of these? Well, not necessarily. Not if you have a silk touch or fortune pickaxe, but we'll come back to that later. Everyone should know that by now. For now, let's focus on what you should do once you reach the end of one of these caves that has taken you all this way down, and you find all the diamonds that just naturally spawn in the cave. In our case, there's only 2 veins here, although only 2 veins in a cave that took me seconds to get into is not bad at all. And also, knowing that only 2 veins is still getting me, what, like 9 separate diamonds is pretty decent. Yeah, 10 diamonds after about 4 minutes of looking, is a really decent haul. And now here's the question, what do you do after this? So what I recommend you do once you've mined out a cave for all of the resources is go to the lowest point and then start a branch mine. There's a few different ways to branch mine. Some people love the 2x2 technique. Some people love to go 3x2 or 3x3 or 4x4. However, the most effective way is a 1x2 tunnel. The reason for that, if we do a little maths, is that every 2 blocks of deep slate we're mining right now, 1 block, then 2 block, is revealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. We're revealing 8 potential sources of diamond ore blocks. However, if we do this in a 2x2 tunnel, then every... You know what? You get in the way of my speech, Mr. Zombie. Anyway, if we do this in a 2x2 tunnel, then something you'll notice is that every 4 blocks we mine will give us more access to potential ore blocks. I mean, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. However, because we mine 4 blocks to access 12 potential ore veins, that means that actually we're only discovering 3 new blocks for every 1 we mine, as opposed to this way, we discover 4 new blocks for every 1 we mine, because 8 blocks being discovered for 2 blocks worth of mining effort is significantly better than 12 blocks for 4 blocks. And then this scales in every single way. The smaller your tunnel, the more effective you'll be at mining diamonds. The only reason you should make a bigger tunnel is if you like the aesthetics more than you like the efficiency in looking for diamonds. And yeah, the other thing about these tunnels is unlike previously where you had to work out a precise layer to mine at, you can mine at basically any layer, but the most efficient layers are obviously the ones closest down to the bottom. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to mine in a 1x2 tunnel as close to bedrock as you can get without going to where the bedrock is. Every time you're seeing a bedrock block, this is a potential diamond ore that can't generate. The reason for this is because diamond ore will replace any stone-based variant that it comes across, with the exception being bedrock. No block can replace bedrock, or no block is meant to replace bedrock. Let's be honest, there's Minecraft bugs, but that's not what we're talking about today. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that the lower down you mine, the more chance you have of running into something like this. And you know what? Who wants to run into lava? Not me. Wow, controversial opinion. And so the only other tip you need to know besides mine as low as you can, where you won't find bedrock, is branch mining. This is something that used to be much more relevant before this update. I'm going to tell you about it right now to tell you why you probably shouldn't do it right now. Previously, there were just a ton of diamonds underneath your world, and you were mining around trying to find those diamonds, and the best way to have a chance of overlapping into as many of those diamond ore veins as possible is to mine something like this. 3 blocks apart between each of your branches on your main mine. This means that you're still discovering 8 brand new blocks for every 2 that you mine, and you're eventually going to find all of those diamonds. The reason this isn't so smart in a post 1.18 world, and this isn't the most effective technique, in my opinion, is because you're going to reduce your chance of finding new caves. Diamond ore tends to generate in a pattern that is something like, 2x2 blocks wide. This is what a diamond ore vein looks like, whereas this is what a cave looks like. Also, by the way, we found some lava, which means that, okay, let's not mine into that, but I reckon we can mine up into this and not end up dying. And if there is lava here, I bet there's a cave here, and if there's a cave here, I bet there's some exposed diamonds. This is the thinking you have to do. The caves are so interlinked, and you can actually see, if you look right here, you can even see past the lava into the cave up there. So there's a cave up there we need to get into. Let's assume you don't have a fire resistance potion. All you want to do is get around these lava sources and see if you can maybe find those caves. There we go. We're in. We've done it. We've sorted it. Wonderful. Okay, so this is one of the tiniest caves I've seen in the 1.18 days. I mean, but still, if you count the number of deep slate blocks right here that could potentially have diamonds, it's got to be over 100, which means just 2 blocks worth of effort, or maybe like 10, has yielded us hundreds of potential blocks that could have diamonds. They just happen to not, because diamonds are that rare. And so yeah, it's really interesting in my opinion. Let's do a little bit more branch mining today. Actually, let's do the opposite of branch mining. Let's do what I actually recommend, which is just pick a direction, mine in it, and pray you find into a cave, or into something that leads you into a cave, because those are going to be the better ways of finding diamonds. I can prove that to you right now by having a timer on me right now, which we'll do for the mining duration, and I'll show you how many diamonds I find by doing mining the old school way, the most effective way, air quotes, in terms of mining your blocks, and then I'll show you the difference between doing this and then me just going around into a ton of different caves and doing things. So before we do that, just for some fun facts, this is my Let's Play world, you're probably familiar with it, but since this is my Let's Play, I have to point out some pedantry that I deliberately left vague in the intro so I can have people be like, oh, Toy Cat, you're missing out this. Technically speaking, there aren't free crafting recipes that require the diamond mineral itself. as opposed to being able to be traded with a villager. There actually is the firework recipe, which uses diamonds as well. So if for some reason you want the most expensive fireworks in the world, you'll need to do this. But also, obviously, if you want to silk touch the blocks themselves, if you want physical diamond ore because you want to show how wealthy you are, then that's something you can do as well. Anyway, let's do the test now of about 10 minutes of mining around like this versus 10 minutes of cave searching. Oh, we actually found diamonds right after saying that. Well, you know, that's happy. This gets me closer to my goal of 50 enchantment tables. Not going to be disappointed with it. There's five extra diamonds for the pile, 7 extra diamonds for the pile. I'm loving that. That's perfect. So yeah, you will find diamonds this way, of course, and this is the best way to find diamonds on a per block basis. But the reason I'm saying that it's you know, potentially questionable is because of how long it takes you to mine this way while going through the world. Even when you have an efficiency 5 pickaxe, there's just so many little roadblocks along the way, whether that's lava, whether that's the amount of gravel I'm seeing right now, which is making me feel very, very claustrophobic, to be honest. But like, regardless of what you're gonna find, you're gonna come into a ton of this, and it's just gonna slow down the path between you and the diamonds you so desire. One of my biggest disappointments on YouTube has always been the fact that people don't find it interesting to just watch someone mine, because I've always loved mining in Minecraft. Like, I'm so glad to be finally doing this after so long. I think everyone has like weird parts of things they enjoy, they know everyone else doesn't. And there's something even more special about knowing that like it's your special thing, that other people don't like you like it. And I've always thought that's one of the weirdest quirks of humanity. Like, some people just like the most popular thing out there, sure. But there's always, no matter how weird or dumb or strange a thing is, there's always someone that will like it. And that's why you shouldn't give up on finding love just now. There we go. Look at that. Positive life motivational message while we mine for diamonds. By the way, you might notice I'm specifically using a non-silk touch pickaxe. I think a really interesting change Minecraft has made to the meta is that a silk touch pickaxe is objectively worse when mining deep slate. Again, ignoring the ores, because you'll get deep slate as opposed to cobbled deep slate, which can be used to craft all of these items, whereas deep slate can be used to craft, okay, I'd say all of these items, but the joke is that nothing shows up on screen. You get the point. It's kind of a bummer to see the difference there. And so yeah, if you want deep slate, using a silk touch pickaxe is still the way to go. But I actually like this. I feel like it encourages you to bring 3 pickaxes when you're mining, because right now I feel like it's a waste to use my fortune pickaxe when I really just need to not have a silk touch pickaxe. And so I might start bringing a 3rd pickaxe with me on mining trips, which is cool. I like when they make these micro adjustments. So yeah, the thing that would have really helped us out with this technique the most is if we dug into a cave of some form, but instead of digging into a cave, we've just dug into gravel patch after gravel patch after deep slate after deep slate. Nothing going on besides those 7 diamonds we mined in the first couple of minutes. See, when you see what I'm doing with these 50 enchantment tables, you'll know that it was worth all of this mining into deep slate that I've been doing. Although to be fair, I'm still getting some cobbled deep slate that I can use later for all sorts of other things. But still, you get the point here. Okay, so I've mined for just over 10 minutes, and obviously this isn't the perfect sample size. If you wanted to do a perfectly scientific experiment, you'd mine for hundreds of hours using both methods and compare the results. However, you know what? I can say pretty wholeheartedly I mined for actually more than 10 minutes. It was this amount of time on the screen. I don't know what that time is, because honestly, I lost my start time, so I made sure it's just over 10 minutes to make it fair. But look at this. I've got this ludicrously long tunnel at the lair where diamonds should be most often. But again, most often, and trying to mine them this way is just never going to be as effective, because while mining this way, I might have covered absolutely thousands of blocks, and indeed it looks like I did, but uncovering thousands of blocks of potential diamond veins in 10 minutes is just nowhere near as quick as uncovering tens of thousands in the same period. And this is despite the fact that there is meant to be reduced air exposure, which, to explain that comment I made earlier, if a diamond block is meant to generate exposed to air, i.e. easier for you to find, the game will deliberately try and make sure that it is, you know, slightly less likely to generate. Just some of those blocks that are meant to generate won't generate to make it so that it's balanced, but to me, the balance still isn't quite there. And so getting 7 diamonds in 10 minutes is actually pretty decent, especially because each of those diamonds is worth more than that once we use our good old fortune free pickaxe. However, the fact that we found 10 diamonds in the first minute or 2 we were in that cave kind of shows the difference already, but I want to do an actual fair comparison. You can watch the entire time after we go to sleep, because obviously it's easier to look for caves in the morning, or at the very least it's more enjoyable video-wise. So I'm going to go to this village over here, I'm going to go to sleep for the night, and then I'm going to show you, using admittedly my full gear, my netherite and my elytra, and my, my Silk Touch pickaxe, I'm going to show you how many diamonds we can find in a brand new piece of terrain that I haven't explored. If I had explored it, I would have taken the diamonds already. But I'm going to show you some brand new terrain that I don't know, and I'm going to show you how quickly we can get those same 7 diamonds, or, to be more scientific, we'll go for 10 minutes worth of mining in these new conditions. So let's do precisely that right now. Let's start the timer right about now. There we go, 13 minutes and 5 seconds into the recording, in case you're curious. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to show you my full 10 minutes of looking around for these things. I do have to say that, okay, so right here might be a good cave, for example. There's going to be a lot of misfires where we go into caves that actually don't end up working out. And also, this is the sort of situation where we want a night vision potion, honestly. I had to pause for like 30 seconds after saying that, because I realized how smart it would have been if I'd have brought night vision potions. However, again, we'll make it a fairer comparison by not using those. But obviously, if you know what you're doing, then those are a great way to improve even that. So, the first couple caves we've gone into haven't gone down to diamond layers. They've been near kind of useless in that way. But I reckon somewhere around here we'll find a much better example. I think, obviously, it's kind of funny, the whole thing of like when you're desperately, frantically looking for something, you find it less. So it's going to be much more calm about this. And we're going to say, okay, it's fine. We don't find a cave in the first 5 minutes. We can still come out ahead by finding just one good cave in the last 5. But I think we will go faster than that, and we will prove the point that at least with the current... Okay, that isn't a cave. It just looked like a cave. However, this, on the other hand, looked like it actually was an entrance to something. It's unlikely to go anywhere when they're tiny caves. I always prefer going into the much bigger cave entrances, but sometimes you deal with what you've got. Minecraft, one of the things that... Okay, here we go. One of the things that makes Minecraft so beautiful in the new generation... Oh, I might have been down this cave already, actually, which would lower my chance of finding diamonds, because I would have taken all the diamonds. There's no, yeah, there's arrows here, so maybe I've been through as a way to get the spore blossoms, because I collected a ton of those. You might have noticed earlier. Yeah, okay, I've been through this cave already, which means it's... I left some diamonds, regular ones anyway, because they were just above my head. I'm gonna... Again, you can only take my word for it if you watch those streams, that I was actively trying to mine every diamond door I found. But still, 2 diamond doors. It's still nothing great. It's still a full 5 diamonds short of where we could have been. And honestly, looking at this cave, I don't know how I ended up in this thing. Like, there must be another entrance leading to more of it somewhere, right? Unless I just... Oh, and then I know this cave now. So yeah, if we look around, there's nothing really going on here. So let's just fly straight out. I think there might be if... Okay, I'm just... You know... I try not to murder mobs sometimes. It's like my nice little thing. Like, you know what? You don't need to die, and so I'm going to make sure you don't. But sometimes it's just too hard to. Yeah, look at this. Was this me, actually? No, this wasn't me. It looks suspiciously like me, but it's just a... Again, this looks like a way a person would mine, but that's just a cave entrance. Kind of sad to see, but all of this, there's no diamonds. But you see what I'm saying when I say that just by coming here, we found all of those potential diamond blocks. Which is pretty amazing, honestly, if you ask me, just how Minecraft generates. I think that the natural wonders of Minecraft is significantly increased in this update, and that's like one of those great improvements that will just affect things for time to come. I think in a while we might even have that effect, like the nostalgia thing of people being like, yeah, I like the old generation better. I don't like when Minecraft used to actually have cave biomes. I used to like when it was kind of boring down there, because everyone has nostalgia, you know, for different things, but everyone has some level of nostalgia for things in... Is this another cave entrance? It is. It probably isn't going to go down as deep. We're 3 minutes in, and we've only found 2 diamonds. So, right now you're thinking like, so yeah, I'll stick to this. But again, this is just the reminder that there are so many cave entrances you can hop into, and all it takes is one epically big cave, and you can... Here we go. One epically big cave. Coming right up. And if we look around this, then something we're going to notice is that it's quite high up. Even though it's huge, we have loads of potential diamond spawning spots, but we don't have the diamond spawning range. The lowest this goes is Y20. And so every cave like this, I just recommend saying, it's such a big cave, it is bound to intersect with another cave somewhere in there. And so, again, just keep walking around until we... Oh, there we go. See? One of those caves will take you down. Minecraft does have this natural tendency towards dragging you down. Down to its level, some would say. And, yeah, I usually don't recommend looking for diamonds underwater, but we're going to look for, like, a cave entrance or something to get me out of here. I don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, it was always worth a try. And again, this is proving more of that point that just, yeah, there are so many blocks here. Even if diamonds were 90% less likely to spawn in a cave, which is not the statistic as I understand it, it would still be worth, you know, going through here just because you're uncovering so many more blocks. And here we go. This is a big old deep slate cave. We've got lapis, which doesn't count, sadly, even though it's just as rare. I'm near sure that somewhere in here we'll find, yeah, look at, oh, yes. This is what I love about the Let's Play. When doing a little experiment that allows me to have a lot of fun, this is the dream in the world to me. Just, I'm doing a diamond experiment, but I'm getting to explore some of the biggest, best caves. Still not as low down as we would love, because again, we're gonna find maybe one diamond vein in this entire thing, unless we can find another cave that takes us even lower. But still, I think one diamond vein is already gonna bring us up to where we need to be, and then everything after that in the next 5 minutes or so is gonna be a bonus, I think. Would be funny if we literally didn't find any, because this cave just keeps teetering on the verge of where diamonds should be. But again, I feel pretty comfortable saying that this cave is so big it has to lead us to diamonds somewhere, right? It's too big not to. But maybe that's a lie. Okay, so here we go, another big drop. This is where we want to be. This is a mine shaft, so we could technically take diamonds from there and add them to our total. Everyone always forgets that end cities and mine shafts are a great and desert temples too are a great source of those extra diamonds. This is where a night vision potion would come in really handy, because I bet somewhere around me there's some diamonds chilling that I'm just not gonna see, which is even more nuts when you think about it, that this is the number of diamonds I find with my physical eye. My eyes, I should say. I do have more than one. Yeah, there we go. We're super deep down. Somewhere in this cave, we'll find those diamond goodies that will prove me oh so right. Or maybe oh so wrong. Because again, none so far. That first cave might have been just the luck of the day, all taken up in one little adventure. But either way, we've led ourselves into another cave. These endless, like, shafts which lead into more, or like caves which lead into more caves, etc., are just some of the real joys of caving in this update. Because now caving is exploration based rather than, okay, there we go. That's diamonds, right? No, is that lapis? Damn it, it's more lapis. I'm taking the lapis anyway. If I have 50 enchantment tables, gonna need some lapis to go along with it, right? It just makes sense that that's gonna be true. So yeah, only a lapis block so far, but there we go, diamonds, perfect. So now here we are. Two. you wait all this time to find diamonds, and then two show up at once. Just this one vein alone, this one little find alone, already brings us up to. Okay, so that's 4 diamonds now, and that's 6 diamonds. No, we're now 1 diamond short of where we need to be, with 3 minutes to find more. But again, I feel like the next 3 minutes will be more productive than the last few. Also, I wonder if that air exposure counts water, or if, because again, if you read the description, diamonds are likely to generate, less likely to generate when they would be exposed to air. Does water count as air, or is this like the world's best kept secret that like, ooh, you can find a ton of this? It's a good question. I don't know the answer, and I don't know how I would find the answer, but I have now found myself, what is that, like 8 diamonds? Sorry, I think I'm undercounting because I was busy talking about the magic that might be water. Luckily, I've got another full minute and a half to try and make sure that it's definitively better. But I think that the more important thing, though, here to bear in mind, is I think actually fun. I think Minecraft, something they do really well in current updates, is giving you more pathways to the same things. You know, even though you might say it's kind of, okay, wow. You might say it's kind of unfair that they, you know, made it so you could trade with villagers for diamonds, because they removed the point of mining for diamonds. I think I probably have said something to that effect. Oh, man, more diamonds. I've said something to that effect over the last while. However, I think this is kind of missing the point that they're just giving more pathways to the same items. I think there is a problem sometimes of too many pathways to the same items that can remove the point of it. I don't know. There's lots of great examples of this, I'm sure. But I feel like, in general, certain items that you can only get in one way are much worse than their equivalents, which have a ton of different variety that comes in actually finding them. I'm really hoping in the last 20 seconds we can find even more diamond veins. 10 seconds here. Can we do this? I'm sure we can. Why am I killing skeletons when I should be looking for some diamonds? I think you'll find that in the last 10 minutes, we got our hands on 12 deep slate and 2 diamond ore, which means we did double the performance that we did while mining. And personally, I think I had more fun this way. Also, personally, even better than that, all of the other ores that I could have mined but chose not to. I mean, all the deep slate gold that we found, for instance, is a big one. This is a proof, in my opinion. Obviously, unscientific, 10 minutes is not as effective as hundreds of hours. Also, for what it's worth, I think, generally speaking, going into any scientific experiment, expecting true result is gonna mess with the results. And I did want to say that, yeah, the best thing to do is to cave, because that's been my experience so far. But trying to validate your own experiences with data isn't a great thing. Again, very unscientific in so many ways. Do not treat this as scientific data. However, what you can treat this as you know, like, if you want to justify doing the more fun thing in Minecraft, which is to go caving, in my opinion, then you can do that. However, you can also use the data and say, actually, it's only half as slow to go mining in a straight line, and for some reason, I'm a masochist and I love mining in a straight line, and so I'm just going to stick to that. And it's totally valid to say you want to do that. I now have 29 deep slate diamond ores plus my 2 regular diamonds, which means we're probably on a decent path the way to getting 50 enchantment tables. If you're curious about how I'm going to find the rest, I do intend to explore this mine shaft fully, and it's a very weird mine shaft because it's apparently filled with dripstone, which is cool that you can find these kind of weird hybrids of cave biomes and new structures. It's one of those great things. Honestly, the fact that you can find mine shafts near the diamond layers at all is already a big improvement over the old mine shafts. And just, it's something I like. Oh, no, we don't even get any diamonds. We just get some coal and a golden apple. How sad. Not very sad is the answer. I'm going to take that golden apple. Going to enjoy it. Okay, I'm out of the mine shaft with 0 diamonds, which is sad. Now I'm in a new lush cave biome. If I could find a spore blossom to take home, that would be nice. Otherwise, I'll just take the diamonds if the game offers them to me. Aha! Finally, we got our hands on at least 1 new diamond. I'm worried, though, this is going to be one of those diamonds where most of the vein generated in what is now air blocks. And yep, just another single diamond block. So, yeah, if single diamond blocks are your worst nightmare, which, honestly, sometimes I feel that, then this is the worst update for you. However, if you like the new caving and opportunities to do that, this is a very wonderful little thing. While coming out of the cave, I'm finding diamonds in just walls and stuff that I missed on the way back. So it's always cool to know that, like, yep, you might find some extra ones on the way out. But yeah, I have 33 diamonds now. I'm going to take my chances and see how many of my 50 enchantment tables I can make with just this. And yeah, now the fun part. Oh, here more diamonds that are just, like, entirely missed. Yeah, honestly, we're going to end up with enough diamonds just on the way out of this thing. Which, by the way, is one of the real challenges, I would say, in the new caves, is you will end up lost more often than you can imagine is possible. However, because they've got such high ceilings, you just have to you have to do the reverse of the thing you did earlier, and just continuously find up. If you've got elytras, that's easy, you just firework up. If you don't, life can get painful pretty quickly. So, yeah, you might wanna just prepare for that. Oh, this is so cool. This is the cave from earlier that I was in, and like you can see I was down there. And now I've ended up in a bit that, like, kind of looks into there that I never would have, like, thought about. This is the sort of generation that just makes me happy with myself and the world. But yeah, still trying to get out. Not having the best of luck so far. Oh, found some regular diamonds, though. These are very rare. Now they are rarer than deep slate diamonds by quite a bit, so always be happy when you find them. So yeah, something else that I think probably is important and needs to be mentioned, besides bring some gold if you're going through the nether, because piglins are not a fan of this netherite stuff. I don't know what's happening here, but I love it. So yeah, what we're going to do right now, just for the fun of it, is I'm going to place all of my deep slate diamonds down. The reason I'm going to do this is obvious to anyone who's played Minecraft for a while, but in case this is your first video, hello. Yes, we're a little bit rambly and getting to the point sometimes, but hello, I'm Toycat, and did you know that the fastest way to turn your diamond ore into diamonds is not to use a regular pickaxe, or even you can use a silk touch pickaxe to temporarily take it, but what you're going to want to use in the actual long run is a fortune-free pickaxe. In fact, the first diamonds you mine in your world, you're forgiven for using 3 of them to make a pickaxe, and even then, that's kind of debatable. You're forgiven for using, because you need obsidian for a thing, and then you need to use 2 diamonds to make an enchantment table. After that, you should be trying as hard as you can to get fortune before you mine any more diamonds, because fortune can give you up to 4 diamonds for every single block you mine, which means these 34 diamonds, I want to say, I placed down on the ground, all of a sudden are going to turn into, wow, look how many diamonds I'm getting. It's ludicrous. I can make myself 12 enchantment tables. I can make myself 14 enchantment tables. I can make myself 16 enchantment tables. It's crazy just how many enchantment tables are rolling in all of a sudden. And yeah, it'll allow you also, because diamonds give you a lot of experience, you can make sure you're doing it on a pickaxe that, needs the help. And so yeah, 34 diamond ore is not worth 34 diamonds. Getting, almost 20 diamonds in 10 minutes does not mean getting 20 diamonds in 10 minutes unless you just want them for the ores. It means actually getting significantly more than that. For real, I've got so many diamonds, they're dropping on the ground now. It's a big problem I have. So now we'll just place the 3 diamonds we have left on the ground and see how many this actually equated to in total. As you can see, in the end, after everything is said and done, we have 60 plus 30. We have 93 diamonds. We're just 7 short of what we need to make a 50 enchantment tables. And you know what the best bit is? You might have noticed at the start of this video, I had almost exactly that number. And so guess what we're doing today? Obviously, if I'm going to make so many enchantment tables, though, I need a ton of books. Wow, how do you craft books? You need leather, which I have, and you need, what else is it? Oh, you need paper. If only there was some access to ludicrous amounts of paper. Wow, do I have a farm that covers just that? That people say, wow, why do you make it so big and manual? What's even the point, Toy Cat? You know what? No, this is the point right here. I'm ready for this situation that you're miles behind on. And yeah, jokes aside, obviously, I'm gonna quickly make some of these. It's gonna be wonderful. Oh man, this is such a costly recipe that it actually feels wrong to hit like the quick craft button and make 50 all at once. I think I'm gonna have to manually hit it at least a few times. And then, oh, boom, 50 enchantment tables. That felt weird to press, but oddly satisfying. Anyway, why do I want 50 enchantment tables again? Oh no, I wanted 50 jukeboxes. That's what I wanted. Damn. Well, I guess I've got the enchantment tables anyway. I guess what we can also do is, now more seriously, this is my little enchanted valley. I love what the spore blossoms add to the place. Like, there's something interesting about this, like, vibe that they're giving off. I think that actually is quite an interesting little flow that they can add together. However, I was figuring, you know what else this place needs? I think what it needs are some extra trees that add some magic to the place. I added nether trees to it, I added big mushrooms to it, but what I think it also needs are maybe some enchantment table trees. I think, or rather enchantment table mushrooms. I feel like, even though I'm not using this place for active enchantment anymore, wouldn't it be cool if we had an enchantment table tree, just like this? And so, that is precisely what I'm adding to it. What is the benefit of an enchantment table mushroom? Well, I mean, what is the benefit of any mushroom? For real though, like, you ever question how many varieties of mushroom we have? Whenever I go to the store, at least the expensive store, I'm just shocked by how many types of mushrooms there are and how expensive they can all get. Oh man, there is. This is not an experience most people get in survival. I think there's a reason most people craft only 1 or 2 of these. But yeah, this is something to look at, huh? Yeah, you can use just 28 mushrooms and you can make an enchantment table mushroom. I feel like we might need to make it bigger. It looks a little bit anemic. Yeah, let's try the second mushroom, which we'll place over. I think we'll place it nearer the entrance on the other side. Again, yeah, I put a lot of effort into these. I want to make sure people are seeing them. Maybe that's a crazy opinion. This time we'll use a mushroom. We'll use an enchantment table as the center rather than having one stick out. And then if we got 28, we can go 7 by 4, or we can go like 3 by 3. Actually, let's go 5 by 5 first, and then. Oh, I see how that's going to end poorly actually. But I've already committed, so, you know, I am out of other options. So that is where we're starting this. And then we'll just place 3 extra, which means I guess we place, like, 3 over here. And then, you know, we need more enchantment tables. I think that's the only way. Yeah, I think we're going to have to mine these blocks out. There's no other way to see that. But there we go. Now I've got 2 spare enchantment tables. Yeah, it's just, it's slightly off-center, and that's going to bug. You know, all we have to do is just make the stem be off-center slightly, kind of like an acacia tree. Oh, this is the wrong pickaxe for this job. Okay, let's switch that out to this one. I reckon all we have to do with this is we just like have the stem kind of be 2 blocks wide. Oh, we have to crouch. There we go. And now we've made ourselves an enchantment tree mushroom. It took an entire hour once you add in all the extra time getting out of the cave and coming over here and crafting. But was it not worthwhile? I think you'll find it was. So, since one of the key things I do in this Let's Play is tell you what I've been up to in the past week, I don't have a vlog series or anything, and a lot of people are curious what's been going on in the world of Toy Cat. I've been, it's, you know, it's like that run up to Christmas, I guess, that just kind of sneaks up on me every year. I've been doing a lot of live streaming, which has been like a really, you know, like good thing in certain ways, and it's been, kind of like, I know it's been a lot of, it's been very draining in other ways, but I think sometimes it's good to just have like these all-out moments, because when you go all out, sometimes it makes you feel less bad about the times that you don't. And given that January is like always the big, you know, like take some time off, like ease off the pedal a little bit. I felt like this has always been my reaction whenever I've been going on an actual like, you know, travel or holiday or vacation or whatever people call it. Whenever I'm about to go on one, I feel like a desire to like work extra hard. Like, okay, this is stuff I can't do for a while now. Let's get it all out as hard as we can. And even if subconsciously I don't need to do it, I'm like, but I want to. You know, I there's just something about. I feel like when you're about to lose something, you act very differently to when like it's all the way there all the time, and that's probably a scary piece of logic that we are better off without. By the way, I genuinely love these enchantment table trees. I really love the vibe they add. I'm gonna put one up there. There we go. That's cool, right? I actually really do like these. I feel like they add a lot of value, and it's very fun. You know, we should make an enchantment table biome, right? That's the only logical way to look at this. Anyway, speaking of logical ways to look at things, the logical way to look at this video is by saying that it's basically over. Next week, I've got a lot of fun ideas. The cool thing about this update and all of the new blocks that it's made easier is there's just so many ideas I want to play around with. But I'll be doing that in between now and next week. If you want to check out those streams, it's Streamless. I'm streaming as many days as humanly possible over the course of December. And if you'd like to join me, then you can. And if you wouldn't like to join me, then wow, so rude. But you know, I get it. You could say it a bit more politely next time. But no, I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope this taught you a thing or two about diamonds. And if it didn't, then I hope I'll see you all next time anyway. Goodbye.